every 3 days, a child under the age of 10 takes their life in America.
Suicide is the second leading cause of death from 10 to 41-year-olds.
These numbers just continue to go up.
Leading cause of death for young adults.
This is a very, very important cause.
As a member of a family that had suicide, that experienced suicide, I think that your being here is so important.
Matt Silverman took his own life back in 2006. His father admits it took years before he was willing to share the story.
He hid the depth of his pain and chose a permanent solution to a temporary problem. We decided to create a foundation in his name, and that foundation is now engaged in suicide prevention for young adults.
We started in 2013 as a pass-through foundation, and the goal was just to have a golf tournament, remember Matthew, and give funds to different organizations that were worthy in the community. Our kids go through so much, even before the pandemic. When you take social media into account, you take the political climate, you look at climate change and what they go through with that. You add the pandemic, the stressors of smartphones, social medias. People are overbooked, they think they need to do more. It's harder than ever to get into college, yet you need a college degree to do anything. So the pressures are very, very different, on top of feeling like you have to keep up with everyone because you don't go home and unplug. What we realized is that there was a huge gap in care when it comes to this. So in 2015, we started programming with schools. There's so many good programs out there that we didn't want to reinvent the wheel, but we did want to bridge the two. So we decided to become the middleman and become a full-blown operating foundation. We started with Send Silence Packing, which is through Active Minds, and partnering with them. And then we paired a beautiful display that goes on campuses with a speaker.
We can all relate to each other in some way. It just takes someone to share their story and normalize that conversation, and then they open up as well. It can be the student who you think might be depressed and sad. It could be the student who has straight A's and looks like they have everything together.
And then we started seeing that there's more programs and not every school can do that. So we still use Send Silence Packing, but we added on the Signs of Suicide program, which is for students, educators, and parents. And that's a 1-hour program that shows a 67% reduction in suicide ideation following the program. Ross Szabo, he's a big partner of ours. He's the founder of Behind Happy Faces, the Human Power Project.
When you work on your physical health, you want to exercise, you want to eat right, you want to take care of your body. When you work on your mental health, you want to think about how you communicate, what your relationships are like, what are your coping skills, and how do you build your mind.
He speaks as well, but he has an 18-week curriculum that's mental health based. Teachers can teach it in the classroom. We have taught it to certain classes through our foundation, and we try to teach these teachers to be able to bring this to their students year after year. We have a partnership with Southern California Counseling Center, and we're really, really blessed to have this partnership. So any teen that's struggling or is in crisis, we have a teen group that they can start that week. It's virtual, so the entire state of California can use it. And there's facilitators there that can help them, plus they can connect with peers. And then we also added on different speakers. We now do our own parent presentation. We offer Assist, which is the #1 crisis intervention program worldwide. And really anybody that wants to partner, if it's evidence-based and it's something that their school wants or an organization would like to get out there, we're more than willing to explore and partner. Partnerships are crucial to what we do.
Giving young people the tools that their feelings are important, their feelings are valid, but also giving them a language on how to express it.
We try to stick with the wellness and the prevention, so that's school-based campaigns, bringing light to different topics that's all mental health related.
If what we did today saved one life or caused one person to say, maybe it's not so worth it, maybe I do have value in what I'm doing, and maybe I'll find purpose in what my tomorrow might bring, I want those other principals and other administrators on other campuses to say, hey, I'm in also. I want to be a part of that.
In the state of California, it's mandated that every school and every educator is trained in suicide prevention. So we, start with mental health and lead into suicide prevention. So many schools are not in line with the mandate. And this was mandated years ago, but because of time constraints, budget constraints, etc., a lot of schools are having a hard time filling this mandate.
My students call me Coach. I'm a 12th grade English teacher and a golf coach at Samuel Academy.
With Noah, he has something called Ignition Days, and he called us and he wanted to do workshops on wellness. So we took one of our speakers, we created something based on what the school wanted.
It is discussions around empathy and human connection that can really expand children's awareness around the impact that they have on each other. Also, I would say is integral to our society.
I get to drop my hat and sit right down in the circle with the kids, be a participant, think about the questions, just participate actively in thinking about mental health awareness, thinking about the importance of leadership, thinking about the importance of compassion.
We learned about assumptions and what we think about people when we first see them.
Talking with others and being kind.
I learned a lot about other people that I'm not really close with.
I could remember this if I was having a problem and try to talk to somebody about it, see if any of their problems are related to mine.
More like what you think or what you are.
If every teacher was like Noah, what a wonderful world this would be. We were lucky enough to really launch and pilot a program with him, and we just worked with him hand in hand on what works for his demographics and those students.
What I really appreciate about working with the Matthew Silverman Foundation, they truly help provide education, they help provide the services, whatever a school or a program needs to put on a mental health campaign, they will support the whole process.
Creating a space and bringing as many people as possible to talk to kids, because it doesn't need to be fancy, it doesn't need to be a big deal, but just kids really sometimes don't have someone to talk to, so bringing in anyone they can, I think, is amazing.
The Matthew Foundation brings things like speakers and presentations that was just super interactive with us. I feel like we just learned a lot. It gave the students, just some time to just de-stress and things like that.
And it's learning about self-acceptance, how we come off, what our own insecurities are. Those are all things that if we talk about with each other, wellness is going to be brought to us. Ultimately, anything mental health related or anything about our internal experience that brings us shame is something that will prevent suicide.
Reach out to a friend, reach out to a sibling, a faculty member, a therapist, a parent, a grandparent, an aunt, an uncle, a parent's friend, anyone. Just reach out and ask for help. There are people who are willing to listen and who want to listen.
Great, I love that idea.
My brother-in-law, Ron Silverman, is married to my sister, Melissa.
Today's really special because it's our 10-year anniversary.
Melissa and I are on the board along with a couple of other people. It's nice to be able to keep it family run and really give that gentle touch approach that we need. Our newest addition that's actually in office every day is Mia, my daughter.
The schools that we go into, they can feel that kind of family love. It's almost like we're recruiting these students and these staff members and these parents back into our family with us.
If we can help others avoid that tragedy, all the effort will be worthwhile because it's so profound.
We started at a time when it was still so just taboo to talk about. So I'm really proud of us being innovators in this and being able to bridge the gap between wonderful programs and schools needing them.
I'm proud that we're doing, I think, really good work in his memory and leaving a legacy in his name that will help others. And if he's watching, I'm sure he is as well.